I'm gonna put a walk around and stuff in the end of this video and idle clip and stuff so you guys can check it out. Alright guys, I'll make a video on what everything costs to get your pre-Eagle 5.7 to run high 10s. I was debating on doing this video or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do it anyway. So we'll sit down here inside of it so I can talk to you about it. That way it blocks out all the noise outside. It's just gonna be in random order, and prices vary on some stuff because they change all the time. But we'll start out. This is a 2008 pre-Eagle 5.7. The last year before they went VVT, 09 and up, is variable valve timing 5.7s. So this is the last year of the pre-Eagle 5.7. I got this car about 2016. Long story short, I wheeled and dealed and fixed a few cars and wound up having a V6 Mustang that was, I think it was a 06. It was a convertible and only has 67,000 miles on it. The people hit a deer in it and tore the front bumper and stuff up. They never turned it in or nothing, but that just tore the bumper on the front of it up, and that was it. And I painted the front clip on it. And long story short, we was looking for another Charger and found this one in Tennessee, and it had a few miles on it, hit them up and stuff. They was wanting 8,000 for it, and asked them if they'd be interested in trading even. So, long story short, we went down there and they wound up trading us even for it. And actually, I only have, because I started out with $2,000. I bought a car and fixed it and sold it and kept trading. So realistically, I've only got $2,000 in the car itself, just the car. So about $2,000, because that's really all I'm out. But now let's get into the mods. Now you know how I got the car. Let's get into the modifications. Now this don't include stuff that I've changed over the years, because I've got the third camshaft in it now. I had two other camshafts in this car before. The first one I didn't like it, and then I changed it, done a custom grind. I liked it. Then when I took it all apart to build the motor and stuff, I got a custom grind through Modern Muscle. But let's see. We'll just start in random order. Now the Supercharger, I got it for $4,500. Got it for $4,500. They was having a killer. It's brand new. Got it brand new. Got it for $45 through TPS Motorsports. They had a major sale on it. It was for, but it's for 09 and 10 variable valve timing 5.7. I took and made it work. There's some videos on my channel. You can go back and watch those and how I actually done it. But that's on the Supercharger. The pulleys, got about 80 to 100 bucks in those, the Supercharger pulleys. The belts, two of them, got about 70 bucks. Headers, it's got the pace setter long tube headers on it. I'm getting ready to change them again because they've been on here a while and I didn't get the ceramic coated ones. They're just the painted ones. I gave 300 bucks for those. The mid pipe, 150. Then I found some people selling a kit on eBay of mandrel bent exhaust pipe, the whole exhaust. Got it for $190. Then my mufflers, I got the Borla XR1 12-inch oval case for a pair of them for 300 bucks. The exhaust tips, $50, stainless steel on the eBay. Spark plugs, I run the 6510 NGK spark plugs. Gapped it 25,000 right now. I found them on Rock Auto, just typed in the part number for $105. I saved almost 40 bucks. If you go through HHP or somebody, they're like $138. Catch cans, got about $200. The intake manifold gaskets, they are cosmetic intake manifold gaskets, the 62,000 ones. Give $41 for those. The ARP head bolts, give $240. The cosmetic 52,000 head gaskets, I give $284 for those. Thermostat, $7. The custom length push rods that I had to measure for, because I put the thicker head gaskets on, because the piston rods in this, we'll get to that in a second, is 11:1. The ones that I bought with the stock 27,000 head gaskets, I put the 52,000 on it, and it's lowered at about 10.4 compression. So, but the, where was the head bolts, $240, head gaskets $284, thermostat $7, push rods $220. The rods and pistons $1,600. If you get the bearings and stuff with them, it'd be a little more. So add about another $300 to the piston and rods. We'll call it $1,900 roughly. The lifters, non-MDS Mopar lifters through East Coast Moparts, $370. Then all the little other stuff, fluids and all that stuff, about $200. Some other gaskets, timing cover, oil pan, all that stuff, seals and stuff, about $200 for that. ARP main studs, $165. Valve springs, I got the comp cam valve springs, the revised version. I found them on Marketplace brand new. I think I give about $250, I want to say. But if you buy them through comp or somebody, they're about a little over $300. The camshaft, custom grind through Modern Muscle, $525. EGR delete, $80. Transmission cooler, I bought a B&M transmission cooler, not the one with the fan on it. Got it through High Horse Performance. I think it was about $100 or so. I hooked it in line with the stock one. The stock one on my gear goes through the AC condenser, so I tapped into that and hooked it in line so it goes through the AC condenser and the B&M transmission cooler. So I actually got, I guess you can say, two coolers. Let's see. The torque converter, it's a 3200 stall FTI, $600. The differential, it's a 306 Get Track. I found it used on Marketplace also. Had like 20,000 miles on it. Give $450 for it. Then the Get Track axles came out of a, I think it was an 11 SRT Challenger. I got them for $280 used. Then the hubs, I got them for $100. Tuning, I'm just going to ballpark the tuning a little bit because it will vary whoever you use and so forth in the car and all that stuff. But I have, if I just done the supercharger and everything the way it sits right now, went straight and had it tuned, I'd probably be about $800 with the guy that I use. But where I went to him before and had the cam and stuff, and he tuned it on that and with the pistons and rods before the supercharger, I just had to pay him to update the tune and retune it with the blower and all that stuff. But injectors, I got the Hellcat injectors right now. I got them used from Ripatune with only like 8,000 miles on them. Give $240 for those. Then the fuel pump, I run the Petty Garage drop-in fuel pump. I found it new, but it had a couple blemishes on the billet piece, so I got it for $350. Normally they're like $450. Then, sure I'm forgetting a few things. Let's see. The hood, got about $6.50 in it after I painted it and stuff. Hood pins, about $60. The race stars, they are 17 by 7 in the front, 17 by 9.5 in the back, 5 by 115 bolt powder and polished. Nitto motives on the front is what I got. The 235, 55, 17, I believe, size on the front. The rears are the new version of the Nitto 555 R2s. It's a revised version, the new ones. I got 305, 45, 17s on the back. I had the old version, and they wasn't that great. Then I decided to try the new version last year in a 275. I liked them, so I got the 305s this year, and I really like them. They dead hook at the track at 24 psi. On the street, from a dead stop, around 20 something. I haven't ironed them all the way down yet to try it on the street, but I can come out about half throttle and it'll spin probably 15 feet, then floor it. After it hits second, it hooks up and goes. I'm pretty impressed with them, and honestly, if I had to put a number on the power rating on these tires, I know a lot of factors vary on that and stuff, but just I'd say they would probably be good for about 7 to 750 wheel, depending on your setup and everything. But I really like them. Let's see. But the wheels and tires, I got 1965 in it. I saved a little bit on the front rims, but you might as well call it about $2,000. Rear sway bar links. Got the B Woody shorter sway bar links, because anytime you put a 17-inch or smaller wheel on the back, you got to do the shorter sway bar links. Hood 650, I think I done said that. The valve covers 430, and all the little chrome stuff under the hood an extra 250. Then the gauges, I got the autometer is the boost gauge, and the AM is the wideband, and autometer gauge pod. About 250 roughly. Man, I'm sure I'm forgetting something. The BMR suspension stuff that I done the cradle lockout, done the upper trailing arms and control arm and lower trailing arm, and some energy suspension bushings for the differential. Got about close to 1,000 and all that stuff. Probably about 950-ish. But I think that's about it. I think that's all. I probably forgot something, but anyway, performance-wise, I've got 13,000 in the engine and performance stuff. Then everything together, like all the little accessories, the hood, wheels and tires, and all the performance stuff, everything I've got done to this car, I've got $17,000 in it. 17,000. Then if I include the car itself, where I got $2,000 in it, it's 19,000. So I'm still under $20,000. Now the future plans, I plan on ordering the high horse performance drag springs for the suspension. A friend of mine ran them, said he picked up about a 10th on his 60 foot, and I've seen some reviews on them. Everybody says they're good for around a 10th. So we're going to try them and find out. And hopefully we can get this car running high 10s consistently and not just here and there. It runs 11.0s consistently right now, but it's got to be pretty decent outside and get a good launch and stuff to get into 10s. But the fastest spin's a 1089 so far. My fastest mile an hour that it's been is 126. Now this is full weight, still on 93 pump gas, but still good. Future plans, I'm going to take this car back. I'm going to order a 2.8 Grit Tech pulley a Troy Dean valve body for the transmission, and I got to get some 700cc injectors, so that'll be the Demon or the Red Eye injectors, and take it back and get it retuned on 93, and looking to put a number on it. Looking to make low 700s, then just call it done and sit back and enjoy the car. But that's about it, and I'm probably forgot a few things, but that is what I got in it pretty much. I'm pretty happy with it so far. I did not expect it to make the power that it did for the boost that it's running. It's pulleyed for 10 pound, but we're only peaking at 8.5, 8.9 because it's losing a pound or two with the headers and the cam and stuff, but it shows it's flowing really well. That's what you want. You don't want to throw 20 pound of boost at it and say you're making 800 wheel when you can have some other modifications to the engine and be, say, 11 pound of boost making the same power. That's what you want to shoot for. You want to be, if you can make the same power on lower boost versus higher boost, you want to stick with the lower boost because you're not spinning your blower as hard. You're more efficient with it. It's just overall better. But the car made 627 on the dyno. That's a dyno jet SAE in 4th gear, to put a number on it. Dynos and power numbers will vary. A lot of people don't understand that. Some do. Depending on dyno, you can go up and down anywhere from 20 to 40 horsepower difference or more, give or take. Depending on the dyno, the gear you're tuned in, or the gear you're dynoing in, the weather conditions, just a lot of variables, a lot of factors. It's just like we dyno, my tuner uses SAE, that is real world numbers. That's actually the least it can make if you put it in the SAE setting. If we switched it to standard, it made 627 SAE. If we switched it to standard, just switching the system to standard on the dyno, it would have went 640. So if that gives you an idea. So you can basically put down a number SAE and switch it to standard or some of the other settings and pick up 20-30 wheel just by switching the settings. So a lot of people don't know that. That's why I like, and I say all the time, to go to the track if you want real world testing. Run the car, go do the modifications, take it back, try to take it back on a similar day with the weather and stuff that you did before, and run it and see what you pick up. That's the only way to really test something. A dyno, I mean, it'll get you a number. It's just too many variables though. If you're trying to compare apples to apples, it's just, a dyno is a tool. You use it as a tool. That's all it is. But just wanted to go over that, tell you guys what I got in this thing. I was debating on doing the video or not, but had a couple people ask me before what I've got in this thing, and a lot of people thinks I got more in it than what I got, but I don't. And this is doing everything myself other than tuning. The only thing I don't do is tune. Now you'll probably have more if you pay somebody to do this. I mean, it's hard to say. Give you guys a walk around of it.